I'm scared. I'm just like, what the... I'm a mess. I got my sprained ankle.
That's the whole point of this fight. It creates conversation, barbershop conversations, taxi conversations, airplane conversations, and that's what we want. The more people talking about the fight.
In just a handful of exchanges, the building swung from deafening applause to total disbelief and right back again. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul was framed as a meeting of two different boxing worlds. One was a former heavyweight champion looking to reassert himself, the other a digital age fighter who turned online attention into real ring credentials. When the final bell sounded, the reaction online was immediate and explosive. Clips spread instantly, opinions flooded timelines, and every punch was frozen, replayed, and debated. Eventually, both fighters broke their silence. Their words were measured, emotional, and unflinching. It was clear this night carried weight beyond a single decision or official result.
I think at the end of the day, I'm a kid with a big heart that wants to change the world, disruptor, and I never took no for an answer, and I'm just chasing my dreams, having fun, and living the American dream, really. It's a testament to hard work, and every single day dedicating yourself to a craft, pushing through when you don't want to be there, and it all pays off in the long run, and believing in yourself, setting goals that people think are impossible. That's really what my story is all about, and that I hope to...
There's a particular kind of quiet that settles in after a major boxing event. It's not true silence, but that uneasy calm before the noise reshapes itself into commentary and debate. Medical staff checked on the fighters, trainers went to work, and both teams disappeared from public view. When statements finally emerged, they felt honest and stripped down. There was exhaustion, restrained frustration, and respect that only comes from surviving a shared battle. Joshua's response sounded like a fighter taking inventory: what went right, what slipped away, and which moments would be replayed endlessly. Paul's words balanced confidence with vulnerability, touching on isolation, pressure, and the storm of judgment that follows a controversial fight. Despite different perspectives, both men echoed the same message: gratitude for the event, respect for each other, and a desire to let the fight live before it's boiled down to a single line in the record books.
A few different skills. He has a very side-on stance, tries to practice the Philly shell, and I think Jake has a chance that is slim to none.
Appreciate it.
All good?
Thanks, boss.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Yeah. Heavyweight of the world!
Yeah, can you get my back? For the first week of sparring, I had to get comfortable in there and let things slow down and feel the power out and get the confidence to slip, catch, move, let them.
Before the opening bell, forecasts were everywhere, and rarely aligned. Most betting markets and analysts leaned toward Anthony Joshua, installing him as the clear favorite. That expectation showed up across major sports platforms and odds boards. Analytical voices like CBS Sports and combat analyst Josh Nagel backed Joshua, even highlighting stoppage props based on his experience and proven power against elite competition. Yahoo Sports contributors also leaned in that direction, suggesting Joshua's composure, the referee's presence, and the scale of the moment favored the veteran. But not everyone agreed. Several outspoken figures in boxing pushed back. Tyson Fury publicly suggested Paul had the kind of punch that could flip everything in an instant, even saying he'd put money behind him. That alone fueled the idea that chaos was still very much in play. Dana White offered his usual blunt take, questioning crossover hype while still acknowledging the nerve it takes to step into heavyweight danger. Fighters themselves added to the tension. Jake Paul repeatedly predicted victory and dismissed the idea that Joshua could knock him out, sharing that confidence on major shows and during media rounds. That split belief elevated the event. When a favorite has data behind him and the underdog has loud believers, every round feels loaded. Afterward, analysts did what they always do: reassessed, corrected, and recontextualized. Some fighters admitted they misjudged the rhythm. Others turned it into a teaching moment. Amir Khan spoke about the kind of punch that could halt influencer boxing, praising Joshua's traditional power and discipline. Many fighters focused on technique, adjustments, and moments where crowd energy shifted momentum. What stood out was the honesty. Instead of excuses, most discussions centered on preparation, strategy, and the challenge of facing a fighter built in the social media era but sharpened by real rounds. It became less about narratives and more about craft.
Wow, it's very tough to say something about Joshua or Jake. You know, I'm waiting for this fight because I'm so exciting. But, you know, Jake have a lot of chance to win. And a lot of people think he's not, but I believe in Jake. I mean, Joshua is the best fighter and have a lot of experience in boxing. You know, he's a heavyweight guy. But Jake improved a lot, and the people need respect both, you know, because it's not everybody have a, sorry my English, but have a balls for come inside the ring and fight, you know.
From the opening bell, the energy was sharp and immediate. Early exchanges hinted that Paul's awkward pressure and unusual angles could find openings. Other rounds looked like classic heavyweight boxing, distance control, probing jabs, and heavy shots set up with purpose. Certain moments seemed subtle on replay but felt massive in real time: a compact uppercut, a brief loss of footing, a split second that changed a round's direction. Afterward, both sides spoke openly about those turning points. Joshua's team emphasized clean jabs and power sequences. Paul's camp highlighted grit on the inside and a confidence that defied his unconventional path to the spotlight. Both teams focused on what the fight demanded from them: new respect, lingering doubts, and endless hypotheticals. While the ring hosted the action, social media gave it a permanent home. Single exchanges became the language of the night. One clean shot looped endlessly, debated by experts and fans alike. Memes exaggerated fleeting expressions into full-blown narratives. Both fighters embraced that reality. Quick, unfiltered clips from backstage and medical checks made fans feel included. It blurred the line between authenticity and promotion in a way that felt real. Trainers spoke clinically. Joshua's corner mentioned range control and guarding against unpredictable angles. Paul's coaches praised stamina and toughness while admitting gaps against a seasoned puncher. The tone was instructional, not defensive. They broke down rounds, pacing, and strategic stress points, notes clearly meant for future training, not public spin.
Sometimes when we see those big discrepancy in skill, sometimes the better fighter carries the other fighter or maybe goes a little easier. Is there any part of you that maybe thinks that way, or are you going in there 100%?
Zero part of me. And it's not even that it's Jake. It's just, do you know, I was actually looking at myself today. I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am. And this is just the job I do, so let's go.
The event moved serious money. Betting lines shifted mid-fight and continued evolving afterward. Pay-per-view numbers became immediate talking points, and promoters began circling potential rematches almost instantly. Major outlets adjusted odds and released updated props, underscoring how modern boxing operates at the intersection of sport and analytics. Executives will be tracking replays and subscriber bumps for weeks. Nights like this bankroll future events and can redefine a fighter's value overnight. While analysts debated technique, fans debated meaning. Social platforms filled with emotional reactions. Longtime fans criticized the spectacle, younger viewers embraced the blend of entertainment and skill, and neutral watchers admitted they were hooked. One feeling united them: this was a moment people wanted to witness live. Both fighters acknowledged that in their messages, thanking fans for showing up and caring. Talk of a rematch started immediately and never really cooled. From a promotional standpoint, it's obvious: controversy sells. Publicly, both camps stayed non-committal, a familiar stance that keeps leverage balanced while interest builds. In boxing, if a fight sparks more questions than answers, a second chapter usually follows. Health was also emphasized. Both sides stressed monitoring and recovery, shifting focus away from hype and toward long-term well-being. That grounded the conversation and cooled some of the louder online noise. Fights have a way of resetting stories. For Joshua, this adds to a career defined by titles, setbacks, and reinvention. For Paul, It's a defining checkpoint for a path built on attention and legitimacy. Both used the word legacy. One spoke of it as a journey, the other as immediate work. What they do next, inside the gym and under the lights, will matter more than a single result.
Regardless of what it is that they're talking about is a massive bonus. So for me, I'm not worried about what people think about the integrity side. I'm more worried about, are they talking? And as long as they are.
Ultimately, this fight was a deliberate risk taken by two very different fighters. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul won't fade anytime soon. It'll be replayed, debated, studied in gyms, and argued over by analysts for years. The smartest thing both men did afterward was frame the night around lessons learned and value gained. Respect earned, insight gained, and momentum moving forward. Whether that next step is a rematch, a renewed heavyweight run, or a new opponent altogether, the judgment won't hinge on one outcome. It will hinge on response. So now the question turns to you. How did you see the result? And who should Jake Paul face next if he wants to keep proving he belongs in boxing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to stay tuned for more boxing coverage coming your way.